Alright, what is up guys, NA4 here and welcome back to yet another movie review, and today we're talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And we have a lot to talk about, alright, so this one is going to be a good time, and we have lots to discuss because this movie it's something, alright, it's a big deal, alright, the stakes have not been higher, so we're here. And we're about to talk about it, alright, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below if you want to. If you don't, then I'm not going to force it, you know what I'm saying? But, by the time this is being recorded, it's almost like 3 a.m. or something, so let me try to get this done quick, fast, and in a hurry so I can get some sleep. And you guys should drop a like on the video for this dedication, alright? I'm staying up making content for all of you. For all of you. Alright, so we are going to do our typical format, like the first half of this video, we're just going to talk about like the gist of the movie, stuff like that. And once we get to like the halfway point, that's when I'm going to indicate like we're getting into spoiler territory, so that's your indication to leave if you haven't seen the movie, or, you don't want to be spoiled anything, even though like 30% of this movie has already been spoiled online and everything, so it's kind of unfortunate, but what you gonna do. But let's just talk about it, man. This movie was a pretty good time, man. I was satisfied. I'd say it lived up to the hype, all the anticipation and everything. Do I think it was better than Spider-Man No Way Home? I don't think so personally. But like I said, it's my personal opinion. Some people are going to feel different. Who knows? But for me, Spider-Man edges it out just a little bit. But don't take that like a bad thing. I'm not saying this movie is bad by any means. I think it's pretty good. I think it's, one of the better MCU films, and it's performing well enough so, we're going to see, where this goes. A lot of people are, saying they're setting up for the Secret Wars, very, very iconic, storyline in comic books and everything like that. So, with this movie, doing the multiverse, anything is possible at this point, man. We can see any character, a lot's happening, everything is just coming together in a collaborative process, so we're gonna see what happens. But in order to fully enjoy this movie, you kinda do have to watch a lot of the other MCU projects. So you'd have to watch like Avengers Endgame, you'd have to watch like Spider-Man No Way Home, WandaVision, the first Doctor Strange movie. And if you've seen this movie, you already know like you have to watch other stuff as well. Well, you don't have to. I'm sure you've already seen them, but if you know, you know. If you don't, then I ain't gonna say too much. But this movie, I really enjoyed it for what it was. It's a worthy sequel. Because the first movie, we haven't seen that since like what, 2016, 2017, somewhere around that range. So it's been a while since we've seen like Doctor Strange and like solo action. We've seen him like teaming up with the Avengers, teaming up with Spider-Man, helping out Thor and like Thor Ragnarok and stuff. But we haven't seen him in like a solo adventure for a minute, so this one was kind of refreshing. And I guess you can say like this one isn't really him by himself, but you know what I'm saying. It's Doctor Strange. But I would say I didn't really have that many problems with it. It's not a perfect movie. Let me say that. It's not a perfect movie. I've seen a handful of people online, so all over social media saying it's alright, it's Doctor Strange, the multiverse of mid, like saying like it's just decent, it's overhyped, and it's ranging from either really good to just it's good, it's straight, So I'd say that's a pretty successful thing. The movie's performing really well at the box office and everything, so overall it's doing pretty good numbers, getting pretty solid reviews, and I haven't heard anyone say that they dislike the movie so far, so that's pretty good. There are some things in this movie that I don't really like that well. If you know, you know. If you've seen the movie, you should know what I'm talking about. We'll talk more about it once we get into the spoiler stuff. But overall, I'd say, if you're a Doctor Strange fan, I'd say this movie delivers. If you're not that big on Doctor Strange, if you're just like, he's just there, I'd say watch it. It's a fun ride. This movie, it's not as fun and humorous as some of the other MCU movies, but it's kind of like scary, it leaves like a lot of tension. And like I said, like the stakes haven't been higher, like this is like bigger than Endgame pretty much, with like the entire multiverse, different realities. Like that's huge. But before we continue about the actual movie itself, let me just say this. Y'all see this woman right here? Elizabeth Olsen. Give this woman an Oscar, okay? She was acting in this movie. She was up here, okay? I was ready to shed a tear, and that's one thing I did like about this movie. It you feel for her, right? So you feel for her and Doctor Strange. Like Doctor Strange trying to keep the world safe, trying to keep everything normal. She trying to find closure, get her little family and everything, and you feel it, man. So you kind of get like a little Captain America Civil War type thing going on here, like where you can see both of the teams, like both of their point of views and stuff. So I really like that about this movie. I thought that was pretty cool. But Elizabeth Olsen, you did your thing. I like that. And y'all need to chill on the actress that played as America Chavez. I'm not too familiar with the actress, and I don't know her actual name. But I've seen like a lot of like thirst trap stuff like about like her on social media, TikTok and everything. I do understand this girl is 16. Y'all gotta chill. And I get it. A lot of y'all do this every single time a new, leading lady in a Marvel movie come out. When the first Avengers movie came out, everyone was all over Scarlett Johansson. When Hawkeye came out, everyone was all over Haley Steinfeld. When Black Widow came out, everyone was all over, I forgot the Florence Pugh, whatever. And y'all doing it for her. But y'all have to understand, she is underage, okay? Calm down. Settle down just a bit, okay? Y'all doing a little much, alright? I get it. Y'all feeling it. It's y'all hyping on the little bandwagon and everything, but y'all gotta just simmer down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, but ladies and gents, I think that's a pretty solid spot, so we're gonna hop into spoiler territory. So if you don't want to hear anything too significant about the movie, this is your indication to leave right now, because we have a lot to discuss. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let me just say, man, some of the characters in this movie were just not utilized the way they should have been, and it's kind of upsetting. And I felt like Doctor Strange and Wanda, they were not Wanda, Doctor Strange and Wong, they were kind of getting beat up like throughout the majority of this movie, man. They were taking some L's, and I like how in this movie they kind of like really utilize how like strong Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch are. Like they're arguably like two of the most powerful up there with like Captain Marvel and Thor. So I like that they like utilize just how powerful they truly are. But man, Doctor Strange and Wong, they was out there getting whooped. And a very, very, very controversial thing that's going on right now is the Illuminati. They do make appearances in this movie, and they're pretty much in this movie just to lose, just to show how strong Wanda really is. And it's kind of upsetting, man, just because the Illuminati, they're such a very powerful and just memorable just group, and it's not 100% accurate to the comics. So I sound like a Marvel fanboy right now. Let me smack myself. All right, let me rephrase that. Okay, it's not 100% accurate to its source material. How about that? So there's like some missing members. So like there's no T'Challa, there's no Namor, there's no Tony Stark. And let me just say, man, Wanda was whooping on the Illuminati, bro. I was in here just sad. I'm like, yo, like I get Wanda strong and all, but geez, like I need to fix this. But that is something that the MCU does struggle with. Like they struggle with having characters who's supposed to be really, really strong and just make them really, really weak, it seems like. So like Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy, in the comics, he's strong as hell. And then in the MCU, he's kind of just like a joke character. And like same with like Vision in like the comic books, he elite. MCU, he kind of toned down, so maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know, but it's not a good look in my opinion. But yeah, I like how like it does tie into like WandaVision, so like the events of that, ties into this. The events of like Spider-Man No Way Home ties into this. So I like how like you have to kind of got to play catch up with some of like the shows and movies and stuff to really get all the references and everything. So I like that. Like there's a little bit of Captain Marvel in there, get a little bit of the Inhumans, Fantastic Four, X-Men. So it's a pretty good time, man. I really like that. A little bit of What If, the Marvel show on Disney Plus. So it's pretty cool to see. But with all these like little references, Easter eggs, cameos, although it's cool, it just seemed like this movie was missing something. I'm not too sure what it is exactly, but it seemed like it was missing just something. Like it needed just, I know I'm saying something a lot, I'm sorry, but it just seemed like it needed, I don't know, just a little bit more, and it would have been really, really good. It's just missing a little aspect, and I'm not too sure what it was. So it's making me really angry. But I don't know. This movie, although really good, seemed like it had like a few minor nitpicks with it. And if you genuinely think about it, like same thing with like Spider-Man No Way Home, if you genuinely think about this plot and everything, there's a good amount of like plot holes and like, that doesn't really add up. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's still a really good time, man. It's a fun ride. It's actually kind of scary and unsettling at times, so I really like that. I like that they gave Rachel McAdams something to do in this movie, because in the first one she was just there. So I like that as well. But Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, pretty solid movie. I'd say it's like a top 10, but it's like a high top 10. So like it's like a 10, 9, 8, like somewhere around that range. But pretty solid. I'm going to give this movie like an 8 out of 10, man. You should watch it. But I'm tired, and I'm in it for, and I am out. Peace.